Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. I am Tim, back once again for the Speed Force Racing GP4 series here at Canada with my co-commentator, as always, the wrestling fan who fell asleep during the match and woke up the next day for the Formula One race. Oliver, how you doing today?
Wait, what? What's this when?
I don't know, you're always bugging me about falling asleep. I might as well return the favor. And you fell asleep during the NASCAR race. Don't forget that.
That was the one time, all right. Give me some. And how many WRC last stages that you missed?
One this season.
No, two, because you missed the the Finland one in Lapland.
That's the one I missed.
And you missed Monte Carlo.
No, I watched the final stage of Monte Carlo.
No, you didn't. You went to sleep.
I'm pretty sure I did. You know what? Okay, rain check. I'm going to have to rewatch the final stage to tell you whether or not I watched it. So we'll do that later.
You know what? Can we just say a big welcome back to someone that we know? And it's great to see you back.
Go ahead, Oliver.
Is it Need for Speed? How great to see you back in that NASCAR once again.
Yeah, it's really good to see him back. He has not been able to be with us for the past few weeks. I think actually Monaco was the first race that he missed, which honestly was probably pretty lucky for him. Monaco is pretty hard to drive around, but nonetheless, he's back in Canada. Not sure how he
missed Baku as well. So, and I think he missed the race before that as well. Wait, he did miss Holland. He didn't. He missed Monaco. He missed Spain, Monaco, and Baku. He missed 3 races, but it's good to see him back.
Yeah, good to see Harry back as always. And let's just see if he can continue his streak on being the first car out for qualifying.
We will.
For a minute, see, he's consistent with that. It's like almost every single week he is the first driver out in qualifying. Doesn't matter what. It's just as soon as we are green, he goes. And I almost thought that he could keep that streak alive without even being in the races, but we saw that was not a possibility, unfortunately. But today it certainly is. He is here, and we are at Canada. We were here Friday for the Reserve League, which you were able to race in, Oliver. I calmed with Mansell, who I think is actually being a race engineer for someone today.
You want to know who that is?
I do.
And that is Simo. It's actually his girlfriend. He's actually race engineering his girlfriend today.
Oh, is Simo actually racing today?
Yes, she is.
Okay, well that's good. Did she race last week actually?
She did race last week in Baku. Yes, she unfortunately she crashed out, but unfortunately it didn't go well for her due to the fact she crashed. But Mansell is teaching her a few things now, which is good to see. And also, let's talk about something else that happened in Baku. What a return to the podium for Snellweg, Tim. And he said last week in an interview, he said he's still got his title hopes up. We got such a title fight in our hands.
That we do, referring to the point standings. Sonic Hawk, with his DNF last week, is now tied for the points lead. And who else is tying him but Gamey Things? Both drivers with 99 points on the board. Third is Kara with 89 points, 86 points belonging to Shadowlancer, 81 points belonging to Energy Dan, and then Snellweg, last year's champion, in 6th after his podium last week. He has 57 points. So that is a pretty significant gap. But we're not even halfway through the season yet. So Snellweg, if he has the kind of runs like he did last week, we could really be talking about a potential, back-to-back championship run for him.
I mean, another thing as well that is so impressive to see in this title fight, that Dan got his first podium of the season, Snellweg returning to form. Sonic Hawk, he's been consistent in the beginning part of the season, but now it's real close to as we come towards the middle part of the season. As our mate Harry goes to do his first run, so Sonic Hawk. He's got a quali ban today as well, Tim, which is big breaking news. And Canada's it's an easy track to overtake on, but it's such high speeds. And there's a major factor around this track as well. It's the penalties that's going to come thick and fast around here, because getting a penalty around here, if you're lucky, you can not If you go here without a clean race, without a penalty, fair play. But we'll be seeing penalties today, Tim. No doubt about that.
Oh, there is absolutely no doubt about it. Oliver, I'm not sure if you were able to watch the stream after the race on Friday, but the only driver in the field that did not get a time penalty that finished the race was Trap Formula, who actually won. He was the only driver on track at the end that did not get one single time penalty. Every other driver had that little black and white box next to him, and it wasn't a checkered flag, it was a time penalty box. Some of them had 3 seconds, some of them 5, 6, a few of them had 9 or more. So that just goes to show how difficult this track really is. And I'll tell you, where Harry went through just then and invalidated his lap, that final chicane next to the Wall of Champions, that's where you're going to get most of your time penalties. I don't know what it is about that corner that just really hates drivers. And it's really just, I assume it's because you're going down that big straightaway. You have such a significant amount of speed, and we've all done it. We've tried to cut that corner just right, and if we go too far left or too far right, we've cut the corner completely, and our lap time is gone.
I mean, that's the thing. The final chicanes towards the Wall of Champions, you can't take it like a normal, not hit the orange curves like a normal chicane. You've got to hit them to really minimize the corner entry. But doing so, you're risking getting a proper penalty, as we got our first 4:08 from Kara. Very good work from him. But yeah, that final chicane, it's not one of those places. It's one of those places that is the most easiest place to getting a penalty. It's so hard. It's so hard and difficult. It's not easy of a chicane to negotiate. So good luck to all the others that's going to be negotiating that today. It's such a difficult track to not get a penalty. Who's on a flying lap at the moment? Who's on the flying lap?
Stoxy 9 is. And Stoxy 9 hit the wall. Wing damage for that number 13 Haas car. Unfortunate for Stoxy 9. So this is not going to be a fast lap for him. Let's take a look at Proliver down here in 15th. He's on his out lap, but it looks like he is in the third sector, a big lock up there on the right front. He's going to have to try to get some heat in those tires. So far, though, as you said, Oliver, Kara, the only driver with a 108, and he's the fastest on the grid so far. Podge Racing in second with a 109.
He has been in such electric form as of late, hasn't he, Tim? Is Kara?
He really has. He had multiple wins in a row there for a while.
Unlucky.
He's had some podium positions as Proliver just invalidates his he invalidates his out lap, but that actually did invalidate his flying lap as well. You see, sometimes if
Simo's
you cut
on the lap now, Tim. She's on a lap now.
Simo.
17.
Yes, thank you, Oliver. You know, I just had a little bit of a moment in my brain there. I was looking for Haas in the Simo and Haas. She was running for Haas last week, but now she's in the Mercedes. Of course, she is a reserve driver, so when you see her,
Tim, she is our first ever full-time driver now in SFR with the Mert team.
In GP4, she is full-time.
She is.
Okay, so apparently I'm missing all the memos here today. So congratulations to Simo on being our first female full-time driver in the GP4 series. And you and I, we have talked to Simo a lot. We talked to her boyfriend Mansell as well. Really great people. So it's good to see them being able to work together. But Simo invalidates her lap as well.
I mean, they are such a lovely couple, them two. They're both racing fans. They love their racing. Simo is such a lovely person to talk to. She's so down to earth, and hopefully this is her first full-time drive here at GP4. And I've been there when it comes to my first drive. I was slow. I was all over the place. She'll be starting off slow at first, and Shadow Lance as well. He started off slow and all that. But want to get into league racing, and it's going to be the same for my brother as well, FLC Pro. That this lot are going to get faster and faster and faster. Trust me, once they gel in, they'll go very quick.
Taking a look at Lewis now in the Alfa Romeo as he's going down the final straightaway to make his first flying lap. You talk about improvement, Lewis, I've seen him improve just a little bit throughout this season. So I'm wondering to see where he's going to end up at the end of the season, but he's still got a long way to go until that. Let's see where he ends up on this lap. Nonetheless, he crosses the line, goes to 8th, a 1:10.850. Not a bad lap time for Lewis there in the Alfa Romeo.
His teammates about to cross the line very soon.
Proliver invalidating his lap that last time, so he had to go out for another one. He takes that chicane very gingerly this time. So down the straightaway, crossing the line, Proliver goes to P8, knocks his teammate down a notch, a 110.755. Both of those drivers are really someone that is improved. And now let's take a look at Energy Dan. He was on an outlet just a minute ago now on his flying lap going through the first sector, or second sector now. He was purple in the first sector. Trying to chase down Need for Speed, getting the slipstream off of that Haas car. I suspect that Need for Speed will move over and let him by as he is on an outlap at the moment. So there goes Need for Speed going down low. But Dan trying to get his slipstream on him.
Nice. That was a little smart move from Energy Dan. He's not, trust me, he's not a newbie, is Energy Dan. He's a wily old fox, he is. He'll find slipstream anywhere he goes, and he's no slouch as well. Energy Dan is going for the championship this year, no doubt about it.
And he has led a very interesting life, to say the least. He was a paratrooper, and I learned this week he's also a rock climber. So racing is not his only passion, but it's certainly one that he's good at.
Oh, nice lap from Energy Dan right there, right behind Stairway, 2 tenths off. And look at that, Gaming Face has gone ahead of Racing Podge, and he's a challenger contender as well. And look how close that was between Gaming Things and Racing Podge. Absolutely brilliant work for Gaming Things there.
Yeah, Gaming Things, he is, as we said, tied for the points lead with Sonicock after last week. So whoever finishes in front of the other today could theoretically walk away with the points lead, unless third place of Kara has a stellar race. He's only 10 points out from first place, and he's in first place right now today on the pole. So we'll see if he's able to improve his lap, but it looks like Gaming Things is actually using the slipstream off of Need for Speed. Not sure if he's trying to go for a better lap
as well. Need for Speed is on the lap as well, so right now, who's that? Is that the Bear? I think. Is that the Bear behind him? No. So, Need for Speed, he's on a lap. He can finish off his lap all he likes. The Racing Point will have to stay behind him. Let's see how Need for Speed will do for the final chicane. Is he going to validate? Not this time.
And it is such a good feeling when you are able to get through that final chicane without invalidating, because you know that you're home free. Even if you have a not so great lap time, you at least know that you're going to have a lap time.
Because VXI
crossing the line. He's been one to watch here in recent weeks, but he only goes to 12th quickest, a 111.280. And here's something I want to point out. Energy Dan is the quickest driver so far on the medium tires with a 109.840. VXI tried to go for the medium strategy, as did Dan's teammate of Shadowlancer, who is in 13th right now with a 112.
Oh, Nimbus crashed.
Oh, and now that's a shame. Did you see what happened, Oliver?
Concealed in the minimap now, he's crashed on the entry point towards the bridge chicane. So that's Need for Speed out.
Definitely not the start that he was going to want his first race back, but he is not last so far. So we'll see how he's able to do in the race.
The women driver's about to come now. Simo's coming.
So down the final straightaway, or that big long straightaway, through the final chicane rather, past the wall of champions. She does not invalidate. She will have a lap. She crosses the line and she goes 14th. 111.742 for Simo.
Very good lap from Simo there. Really decent time. Now, who's our biggest surprise at the moment? Shadowlancer down there in P16 at the moment, so not looking good for Shadowlancer down there at the moment.
No, not looking good for Shadowlancer at all, but his teammate, Energy Dan, he might be able to make this reverse strategy work. He's up there in 7th place, the quickest of the medium runners, and the only one in the top 10.
So we got there at the moment. Podge in 2nd, Kara 3rd, Stockton 9th, 3rd, Gaming Things 4th, Smoke 5th, Snellweg is on an outlap in 6th. It's about to start that now. Let's have a look at Snellweg, Tim.
On board with Snellweg. We'll ride with him through this entire lap, through the first 2 corners. Really hugging those apexes, hitting them very nicely. Like we said, it seems that Snellweg is back to form and what we were used to for him last season. And so far it's showing. Let's see how he does in the first sector. Is he purple? No, he is not purple, so maybe not the best of laps for Snellweg this time around.
He's 9 fastest quicker though, but So he's 9 thousandths quicker for his first sector. So right now he looks like he's warming up. Nice through there from our reigning GP4 world champion. 4,000, so it's actually not looking great for him. It's not really going to improve. So Snellweg needs an almighty third sector now. Let's see if he can do it.
He's currently the 6th quickest with a 109.641, but you know he's going to be striving and fighting and clawing his way for more. But he's not.
Backed off.
Goes into the pits. So let's take a look at
Is it nice to see, though? Yeah, let's have a look at it. But is it nice to see Snellweg on a real good sign of form here? He's been learning to do the manual gears, and he's been learning no assists as well. Snellweg is turned back to the Snellweg of old, but looks like he's trying to improve his racecraft, and it's really showing. So fair play to Snellweg there.
Yeah, it is good to see as Oliver goes 6th quickest on the mediums. He even beats Energy Dan's time, a 109.5.
That is going to help him out in his strategy, Tim. That is really going to help him so much.
And, you know, you were talking about Snellweg and how he is really back to form and how, you know, it's really the Snellweg that we're used to. But one thing I want to point out is that is no easy task from any driver. Take a look at the lap times. The top 8 are all within 1 second of each other. Like 1 second, the top 8. That it just goes to show how competitive the GP4 series is this season. So for the past champion to come back and, you know, be learning what is technically an entirely different car when it comes to no assist and manual gears and still, you know, have good runs. That just shows how good he really is. And that goes to show how much car has improved and how good that he is. There's a driver there in that Renault.
I mean, this is the magic of GP4 in it, Tim. The field being so close together. And how close our racing here in Speed Force Racing is. It's so close. It's so competitive. And us as commentators and our audience loves every single second of it. Because the entertainment that GP4 brings on a Monday evening, you sit down having a dinner, and you sit down to watch GP4 live, it's such a magical thing.
That it is, but I'll tell you what's not magical is a big red mini-map, and that is exactly what the Bear is looking at right now because he invalidated his lap before he even started it. So the Bear, currently 9th quickest, is going to have to, you know, stay out there for 1 extra lap if he wants to improve that lap time because he will not get a lap time this time around.
VXI got into 5th there, Tim.
Good run from VXI. Did not realize he was on a flying lap, but there you see a 109.540 for the Williams driver. Decided that the medium tires weren't going to work for him, went on the softs, and then goes top 5.
So, right now, we're looking at Kara being on pole position again, Tim. This guy is been, we're calling him the dark horse, and it looks like it is. This Kara is a new improved car ever since he left. He stayed ever since he left McLaren, and it's really, really showing.
And here's one thing I just noticed, Oliver, is that Podge Racing just
oh
went to the
goodness
pole, a 108.958. And do you want to know how he did it? His teammate of Sonic Hawk, he has a quali ban today, so he can't set a lap time. They never said anything about him not being able to go out on track. So he actually went out on track and on that big long straightaway before the final chicane, let Podge get slipstream on him, and that helped improve his time just enough to give him the pole. What a team player.
Is it finally the day, Tim, and we're actually going to see Podge trying to get an actual result today?
Don't say that, Oliver. Don't say that. He's going to be mad at us at this point if it doesn't happen for him.
It's true. The Alpha Tauris, they're about to do the same thing. So Chalance and Dan, looks like they're planning something of a slipstream each other as well. Dan's got Tucker Logan as retired in the pits, so he will not do another run. So the Alpha Tauri boys, they're going to do the exact same thing. So see how Dan does. What tires is he on? It's on the medium tires. Dan's on the medium tires there, Tim. So this will be interesting to see how he does.
So watching Energy Dan trying to get a better lap on those medium tires. Oliver went quickest on the medium tires with a 109.582, but he's on the soft tires now to try to get an even better lap. So Energy Dan might be the highest medium tire runner, and he is a driver I've noticed in recent weeks really loves that reverse strategy. So he is just a driver after my heart right now.
Oh, and it just... Yeah, I mean, Shallow-Lancer's doing the same thing, so he's on the medium tires. So Alpha Tauri, they are going for that opposite strategy and trying to get a result. I think they're playing for the penalty game and the safety car game and really going to get a good result out of this. Charlotte, 1.3 seconds faster in the second sector. He's doing really well at the moment. Let's see if he can finish off the lap on a real good high, and so will Energy Dan. Let's see how the Alpha Tauri gets on.
On board with Dan through the final chicane. Be very, very careful here. And he did it. He went through. It's A-OK, but where is he going to end up? It's going to be a 109.
Oh, Charlotte's invalidated! Charlotte is invalidated, and he will not set another run. And Charlotte is not going to be happy with that. P16 for Shadow Lancer. Wow.
So what do you do if you're Shadow Lancer starting that far back? Do you gamble and start on the hard tires and try to extend that first stint and then go hard softs?
Is he going to do a psychomich, I wonder?
See, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is he going to try to do psychomich things?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see how he gets on. I'm sure Tom and Dan now they're communicating now, see what they're going to do, and see how it all plans out. But let's just say, Podge gets his first pole of the season as well. Finally, something gets good in him, which is a good sign to see. So, Podge, hopefully, just maybe, I'm not going to jinx, but maybe. That's the only word I'm going to say is maybe.
Well, everything's a maybe, Oliver. Everything's
yeah,
a maybe.
True.
Just waiting to run the clock out at the moment, but what you see is definitely what you get. No other driver able to set a lap time. Of course, Sonicock had a quality ban, and Otaku Logan, unfortunate for him that he was not able to get out there and set a time. And did we just get our 20th driver?
No, that was just the game being the game.
Okay, I saw something pop up there for just a moment. So here are your official starting lineup for the Canadian Grand Prix. Podge Racing on the pole in the Ferrari, Cara in the Renault in second, Stoxy 9 in the Haas in third, Smoke in the McLaren in fourth, Gamey Things in the Racing Point in fifth, Williams of VXI in sixth, Proliver in seventh, Energy Dan in eighth, ninth is Snellwag, 10th is the Bear, Bossy Gaming in 11th, Gizlodian in 12th, 13th is Lewis, Simo in 14th, Need for Speed in 15th, Shadow Lancer 16th, Liverpool FC Pro in 17th, Sonicock in 18th, Otaku Logan in 19th place. So you know what time it is now, Oliver and chat. Let's get our top three predictions.
Time.
So looking at this list, I'm gonna have to go with Stoxy 9, Cara, and Energy Dan.
You were hesitating about to say Podge, weren't you? You were hesitating.
I don't believe in a commentator's curse, but some people do. So I'm just not going to chance it. Like, I just don't want to see a driver have bad luck week in and week out. And I always feel bad when that happens, no matter who it is. So, you know, for Podge to constantly be running well and then wreck out or have a speeding penalty or something, I just don't want to chance it. You know, it's not going to be my fault if he has a bad race today.
I might go for Dan, Snellweg, and Cara. No. Third place Gamey Figs. He's always up there.
You know, that is actually a good point, and it's something that I neglected to mention. And, you know, really, I don't think Gamey Things should be counted out at any race we go to. He's basically like the Kevin Harvick of Speed Force Racing. He is the closer. You know, you don't see him for most of the race, and then he's there at the end, and you're asking yourself, where does he come from? That is Gamey Things. And we have lost Oliver, unfortunately. So internet connection issues there. We'll get him back in as soon as possible. Just waiting for this session to start. Unfortunately, we lost his brother as well, but we can get him back in as well. Luckily, it happened before the formation lap even started, so maybe, just maybe, it won't be an issue. But just...
Well, hopefully it won't.
Hopefully it won't. It looks like he's back now, or at least trying to be.
I'm getting there. I can hear my brother, and my brother is smacking something because he's not happy.
Oh, I'm sure he's not. It is so frustrating when you have to deal with this.
It's one of those things that we have in this household. But we're back. We're back.
You are back. Okay, so now you get to watch this beautiful formation lap.
So, I look at the predictions now. Calvin's gone Podge, Cara Peroliver, and Martin Kelt has gone Cara Smoke Gaming.
Oh, wow. So a lot of different predictions going on here today. But hey, that is A-okay. 35 laps until we see who is right, who is wrong, who has won, and who has lost.
So what tyres they got the drivers on right now? Let's have a look. None of them went for hards. None of them went for hards. Very interesting.
Where's our boy Psychomich when you need him? For those of you who are not aware, last season we had a driver in the Haas named Psychomich. And he would always, without fail, start on the hard tires. And to be fair, the strategy worked for him a couple times, and he came so close to a podium, but something would happen. You know, he'd hit the wall and get wing damage, or, you know, he'd get into a scuffle with another car and he'd spin out, or he'd spin out on his own, or he just wasn't fast enough at the end of the stint, so then he'd get past and lose a couple positions. He came so close to a podium so many times, but he just wasn't able to do it.
Susan Rieger says smoke on a podium. Nice to see you, Susan. So, Tim, they're lining up now. You know what to do, my friend.
Just waiting for the rest of the drivers to find their appropriate positions on the grid. We're going to go racing here in Canada, and you know those drivers are anxious. They are just waiting, and ready to pounce like a hungry lion.
I mean, they're like a bunch of hungry cheaters. I can't wait to see what's turn one going to be like as well, Tim, because it's such a short run to turn one. There's bound to be an incident.
Hopefully, not a Spinala.
Well, if you're racing Podge or Sonic Court, then yeah.
Spinalas are not limited to Ferraris, though.
But it usually does.
The first one I remember was actually Toto Wolff Spinala-ing George Russell in the Williams. So I never associated it with Ferrari. There is a bit of a delay, obviously. This is a bit rough.
You will admit, though, Tim, that you have to figure this as well, that the major factor here is going to be Dan and Peroliver, because those two are starting on the medium tyres in the top 10. So those two could cause a little bit of a havoc in the strategy today. And don't forget, Tim, the strategy today, what you saw in the reserve race, I tried the two-stop strategy with the soft, medium, or the medium, soft. And also the other drivers are trying to do a one-stop with the soft, hard. So, again, the exciting thing is when it comes to strategy, but these tyres will provide us a real good race today.
That it will. We also saw a couple of safety cars in the reserve race to top it all off. Waiting to see if we're going to see anything in this race here today, and you know the drivers are probably frustrated as well.
It might be a restart, or we'll just wait until for a driver to leave so we can get this race going. So Tim, Gaming Things has rejoined. It might be Gaming Things. Liverpool has left the session. It might be my brother holding the pack up. Maybe, but we don't know. I know what to do. Starting in pole position, sitting on the pole position in the red Ferrari is Racing Pods.
Liverpool and Energy Dan are both still loading, apparently, is what someone has told us in the comments. So I guess that is the holdup there. I mean, at least we get a beautiful view of 19 Formula One cars lining up on a grid.
Yeah, it's true. You got a nice bright red strawberry Ferrari and a banana-looking Renault and a papaya orange McLaren.
You see
Just something fruity.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying is I'm looking down this grid and I am seeing just a rainbow of colors. So it's just nice.
Think about this year, Tim. About the amount of colour we're going to get. We've got green cars coming in. We've got white cars coming in. Blue cars.
That Williams livery, though, definitely the best one.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, some people might say the Alpine is the best one. I don't think anyone's going to accuse Haas of being the best one.
I think it is a restart because everyone's leaving. Yeah, it's a restart. It is a restart.
Oh, my goodness. Nah, we can't broadcast, bro. Pretty sure that it just died on us.
It is a restart.
My application crashed, so if the broadcast is not stopped, then it's about to. In fact, I think everything just froze up.
What is a restart?
Shit. I'll be back. Everything froze up, like my whole system froze up.
Oh Christ! That's funny.
Well, you all shouldn't be able to hear me. Martin just informed me that you all can still hear me, but you shouldn't be able to. I'm trying to restart this system. It is not working. It's actually starting to scare me a little bit.